Jai Shri Mataji, all of you. We will start in 3 minutes.
Jai Shri Mataji. Dice que empezaremos en unos minutos.
Jai Shri Mataji, Baya, Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji, all of you. We'll bow down to Shri Mataji, then raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan.
Jai Shri Mataji a todos. Hacemos Namaskar, subimos Kundalini y Bandhan.
We'll start with left side clearance. So we'll put our left hand towards Shri Mataji, right hand on Mother Earth.
Comenzamos con la limpieza del lado izquierdo. Mano derecha hacia la Madre Tierra, mano izquierda hacia Shri Mataji.
We'll observe if something is going down from our right hand, if something is coming in our left hand.
Y observamos si algo sale hacia la Madre Tierra y algo se absorbe por la mano izquierda.
Now we'll observe if you're absorbing cool air in all the fingers of the left palm.
Observamos si estamos percibiendo que absorbemos frescor en todos los dedos de la mano izquierda.
Now we'll put our right hand towards Shri Mataji, left hand towards sky.
Mano derecha hacia Shri Mataji, mano izquierda hacia el cielo.
We'll observe if you're absorbing cool air in the right palm and if you're ventilating through our left palm.
Percibimos y absorbemos vibraciones por la mano derecha y ventilamos por la mano izquierda.
Now we'll observe if you're observing cool air in all the fingers of the right palm.
Observamos si estamos absorbiendo vibraciones frescas por cada dedo de la mano derecha.
Now we'll bring both our palms down.
Bajamos mano izquierda.
Now we'll follow this video and do as Sudha Didi tells us.
Y ahora vamos a ver este vídeo y vamos a seguir los movimientos de Sudha Didi.
I'll raise my Kundalini. I'll keep my left hand open on my leg, right hand towards my spine, and slowly I will raise like this. With my fingers, my attention goes with them. So my attention is here, and raise one by one, and I bring it, my hand up to here, and it will be pointed towards Sahasrara. That will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'll take from left to right 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then again I will raise from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'll put both my hands like this and I'll check the vibration. Might you feel hot or cold? Do not worry, just hold it for a while and then you do this second stage. Take your hand like this up at this point, center heart, and just rotate clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then bring at this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then move the other point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then move again 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then move again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then again move in the center and move few while and then go on your back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then right Swadhisthana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then left Swadhisthana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then come in the center again, then rotate and pull something out. Again rotate, pull something out. Rotate, pull, rotate and pull. You feel vibrations. You are pulling thread out of your head. Then by this time you feel the vibration. And then check the vibration.
Jesh Mataji, now we'll take our right hand and put it 2 inches above the head.
Mano derecha, 5 centímetros por encima de la cabeza.
Now we'll take our right hand down and we'll put our left hand 2 inches above the head.
Bajamos mano derecha y ahora mano izquierda, 5 centímetros sobre la cabeza.
If it is cool there, we'll bring the left hand down.
Si hay frescor, bajamos la mano.
And we'll put our right hand 4 inches above the head.
Y ahora ponemos mano derecha 10 centímetros por encima de la cabeza.
We'll observe if we're getting cool breeze on the Brahmarandra and it is getting cooler at the Bindu.
Apreciamos el frescor en el Brahmarandra y también se está refrescando en Bindu.
If it is cool there, we'll bring the right hand down, left hand 4 inches above the head.
Si notamos el frescor, bajamos la mano, subimos mano izquierda 10 centímetros por encima.
Now, if it is cool there, we'll leave our attention there and bring both our palms down.
Si notamos frescor, la atención queda ahí y las dos manos apoyadas en las piernas.
Now, from the Bindu, we'll enjoy our Sahasrara.
Disfrutamos de contemplar el Sahasrara desde Bindu.
And we know the Sahasrara is a 1,000-petal lotus. And as we are enjoying and witnessing our Sahasrara, every moment there will be a coolness spreading 1 millimeter at a time.
Contemplamos el Sahasrara, que son 10 pétalos, y en cada momento hay un pétalo que se ilumina. Entonces observamos y percibimos estos diminutos cambios que van ocurriendo.
In silence, we'll continue to witness and enjoy our Sahasrara.
Desde el silencio disfrutamos de la contemplación del Sahasrara.
Slowly, the Sahasrara will keep opening 1 millimeter at a time and coolness spreading and the Sahasrara widening.
Milímetro a milímetro, este frescor se expande, el Sahasrara se abre más y más.
Every minute, the Sahasrara will continue to become cooler and widening slowly and slowly.
Minuto a minuto, el Sahasrara se va refrescando, expandiéndose.
We will continue to be patient and witnessing every change in our Sahasrara and subtle system.
Somos pacientes, observamos con paciencia cada pequeño cambio en nuestro sistema sutil.
Now, in this state, we will enjoy Shri Mataji's speech.
Y manteniéndonos en este estado, disfrutamos de las palabras de Sri Mataji.
Full moon day. That's why it is called as Purnima. The Guru has to be like a full moon. Means completely grown, completely mature. There are 16 kalas or the phases of the moon. And when the complete Purnima comes in the full moon day, all the 16 kalas are complete. You also know that in the Vishuddhi Chakra, there are 16 subplexes. When Krishna is described as Virata, he is called as the Sampurna, the complete incarnation of Vishnu's aspect, because he's got the 16 phases completely done. So today's number is 16. 6 plus 1, 7. Now we have to understand the importance of Guru. Why should we have a Guru when we have God? We have got Shakti. Then why should we have a Guru? What is the need to have a Guru? Guru means the weight. The weight. We get our weight from the magnetic forces or the gravity of the Mother Earth. So Guru means gravity. The gravity in a person. Why do we need a Guru? Because to know God is easy, especially in Sahaja Yoga, to be one with Him. As soon as you get your self-realization in Sahaja Yoga, the modern Sahaja Yoga, immediately you become entitled to give realizations to others. It was said that Guru is the person who makes you meet the divine. But it's not true. Because any self-realized person in the Sahaja Yoga can raise the Kundalini and can give self-realization to others immediately after they have touched the Sahasrara or opened the Sahasrara. But normally a realized soul cannot do it. Any born realized soul cannot do it on its own. It has to have authority of me, as I am today. That's why it was said that Guru is a person who makes you meet God, means raises the Kundalini and makes you one with God. Because in those days, when the Gurus were self-realized, they had the authority and power of raising the Kundalini only after they had reached a very great state of evolution, complete purification, complete detachment. So, it was not possible for people to give realization when they just touched the realized state. Most of the Gurus in the olden days started by first cleansing the people. First cleanse them one by one raised the Kundalini, brought it to every chakras, and then gave them realization. It was a different technique altogether. We can say it was a bullock cart technique. That's why one mantra was given for particular chakra, where was the problem, where the Kundalini was stopping. For about, some people used to get it for, even for 10 years, they would work out on one chakra. I have known people who have been working on Agya for 10 years, 20 years. But you know, in Sahaja Yoga we clear it out just like that. That has something to do with your particular guru and he is. So the first conception that a person who meets you meet God is the Guru. Has to be a little bit advanced. Because for you now, it's a child's play to raise the Kundalini and make them one with the divine. But still you don't become Guru in the Sahaja Yoga terminology. Even if you have vikalpas, you have doubts about Sahaja Yoga, still you can do it if you raise your hand. Even when your chitta attention is not clear cut, still you can just raise your hand. The pure truth. How? How it has worked out that way? So beautifully. It has worked out, I would say, at this stage. Maybe later on I will tell you. But it's pure. Divine, which is not contaminated by whatever state you may be, is flowing. Absolutely pure divine. With others it was different. They had to cleanse it, clear it out. As an instrument you are perfect, but as a Guru you are not. Whatever may be your defects, or whatever you may be lacking, you raise your hand, the Kundalini will rise. Like your Deccan call. On your fingers it is going to move. It's a tremendous power. You can ask anyone. They'll tell you they are surprised, they are jealous of you. They can't understand how by raising your fingers that you are perfect instruments because you are created by somebody really perfect. But you are not perfect gurus. That one has to understand. And that is why you need a guru to tell you all that. What is a perfect gift? Now, as I've told you, that Guru means gravity. You cannot say, where is the axis of Mother Earth is? You cannot see it. You cannot see it, you cannot feel it. But they say there is an axis on which the Mother Earth rotates. So it's an energy. It's an energy on which this Mother Earth rotates. In the same way, you have an axis, which is your Sushumna. Which gives you the gravity. The first important thing for a guru is that your gravity point is one. Everything centers on gravity. Unless and until your attention is completely fixed onto that gravity point within you, which is called as Dhruva, is the fixed point. You cannot become a good guru. So the gravity in you comes to you by clearing your attention, by looking at your attention, where does it go? How do you reach your gravity point or anything that has a gravity point? How do we discover it? We go on balancing it. And where the balance is complete, that time we say this is the gravity point. In the same way, your attention should hold your gravity point in complete balance. So the first thing is that you should be a balanced person. But a balanced person is not a fixed person. He is not rigid. But an imbalanced person is a person who runs here, there, there. Even after coming to Sahaja Yoga, running after this, running after that, running after that. Such a person cannot achieve much. Fix your gravity point. The balancing point is Sahaja Yoga. That is much important. Than knowing anything else, first of all, fix your gravity point. Then you will be amazed that whatever you see apart from Sahaja Yoga, in the light of Sahaja Yoga, you will realize that how it relates to Sahaja Yoga, as it relates to your gravity point. Say it is against it, still you will see where it is against. If it is for it, you will see where it is for. For example, you read books, immediately you will know what is the truth, what is not the truth. But if you do not have that point fixed or attained, then you will be slipping down this side or that side. Anything else can attract you, you can slip down from truth. So that point has to be fixed first of all within ourselves. Dhruva Pada, as they call it. The position of the fixed point. From which we understand that everything radiates from it. Everything is controlled from here. The light within us, by which we see what is darkness and what is reality. But to all this, even if you glorify and say all the names and chant everything, it has no meaning. Unless and until you develop discipline about it. Discipline is the sthai bhav, or you can say the emotion of permanence. For Guru Seva or for becoming a Guru. You must discipline your body, discipline your mind, discipline yourself. Say, Sahaja Yoga is such a simple thing to have. I mean, you are just connected, but you are not a Guru. So how do you discipline yourself? Some people say have awkward way in their body. Then they should get to it, that they have a proper way in their body. Mold your body. It is not to torture your body, but to be master of your body. For example, I would not say that you go and sit in the cold ice water. It's wrong. You freeze yourself and make your bones horrible. But you must do all that is required to give you a supple body, and a body that can live under any circumstance. Little bit you have to, of course, exert also. That you should be able to sit on the ground properly. That you should be able to sleep on the ground properly. There should be no problem about these things. You have to discipline. Sahaja Yoga is a real blessing, but can be sometimes a blessing in disguise. If you take it for granted, you will drift out. You won't go very further. So the body should be such that it should be able to take a lot of load upon itself, should be able to do a lot of work. This is for you to decide about your own body. Now you see your Guru's body, how it is. I take a lot of work out of my body. I can work for hours together. I can keep awake for hours together. I'll never, even once, say that my body is no good. It's such a nice thing I have. But there is a very great tapasya, great penance behind it. Tremendous penance. Because this is a human body which had to work out lots of things, at the time of Rama. He had to walk bare feet all the way. He was a king and he had to live in a hut. So do not be dominated by luxuries and comforts. I do not mean to say that you unnecessarily torture your body. That's not the point at all, because I must give the balancing point always. But do not pamper your body that it becomes a hurdle for your penance. Keep your body clean. Respect your body. And it will be very happy when it will know that you have used it for the divine purpose. There's an Indian word for which we call it a baitak. Yeah, I don't know, there's no English equal to that. But baitak means the power to sit. That's the gravity. How long can you sit in one posture? What is your baitak? Like any studies or anything, they'll ask, what is your baitak? Have you got the baitak? Is the power to be seated on one point. How long can you sit? Continuously. That is how you judge your gravity. Unless and until you have a baitak, you cannot be a guru. So the body is to be brought round properly. It has to be disciplined. It's no question of becoming thin or fat, but the body should be such that you should be able to use it for your purpose as a guru. Sometimes you will find you can't sleep on the ground. Then you sleep on the ground 3-4 days, your body will be very happy. It will pain 1 or 2 days, it will be alright. But do not insult your body. See the other side of discipline. We don't take our baths, we don't keep ourselves alright. So we are insulting our body. Look after it. You may have to look after its softness, the gentleness of the body. Treat it with respect. By becoming barbaric, you are insulting your body. So, the body is very important, which is made of 5 elements, and all these 5 elements within us as gurus have to be sparkling. I can go on like this, but now you think about it in future. What have you to do with your body? How you are going to use 5 elements within your body to cleanse them, make them beautiful so that your light sparkles. The gravity comes to you in your body this way, that you start generating your power or your principle of Gurutva, principle of your mastery, through this point of your gravity. The second point is your attention should have that gravity. Your attention is very important. A person who is easily disturbed is not a deep person, or easily taken to something like, say, emotions, or easily to some other, say, intellectual pursuit. As gurus, there will be temptations for you. People will be challenging, absolutely. A person comes out with a very big intellectual feat or something like that. Then immediately you will feel challenged about it, and you will say, all right, let me handle the situation. Handle it at the Sahaja Yoga point, on your gravity. Just sit down on your gravity and see for yourself. Immediately you will know how to handle the situation. You need not talk to that person, you will handle the situation all right. Not on intellectual level, but on your gravity. If the attention has the gravity, it pulls down the ego and the superego of other people. Then you will not be frustrated or frantic. Also, if you can start from outside, it may work out in human beings. It works out. Like study your behavior, how you behave towards others. Or study your attention, how it behaves towards outside. What attracts your attention? What attracts your attention? Study your attention. By that study, you will be able to fix your attention in its maryada, in its boundaries. Once you put the boundaries to the attention, then the depth starts developing. The person who has no boundaries can never have depth. He will be spreading just like that, all through. No depth at all. So you have to put boundaries by understanding your attention. That no, not more than that. All right, not more than that. Like some people in Sahaja Yoga, they get interested in a patient. Then for them that patient becomes important. Or get interested in some person that he must get realization. Say my mother, my father, my whole thing. And all the time they are talking about my jobs, my clothes, some sort of a my. And they don't know how to draw the line. You must know where to draw the line is Maryada. Otherwise the whole thing will fritter away. You will become a frivolous person. There won't be any gravity. So you must know how far to go with a person when you are dealing as a guru. Then you are a master. But if you do not know where to draw the line, you may be crossing the line and getting into his clutches. So the best way is to handle the situation is to get into thoughtless awareness. Again and again and again and again. And you establish that clearly. Now some of them do complain to me that it's not an easy thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do. If you give up all other useless things that you are doing. And then gravity will give you the wisdom to do the right thing at the right time. Ashram is a place where one has to learn to be a guru. But I find it is not always a good experiment with people. Once they have an ashram, they take it for granted. They think this is a place for us to nicely come and live. And some people will work, some will be enjoying. Some will pay, some will not pay. It's most practical. You must immediately find out a person who really has the spiritual authority and try to follow it. Instead of that, we try to mix up with people who are of a lower spiritual authority. And he sleeps till 9 o'clock, everybody sleeps. In an ashram, nobody should sleep after 6 o'clock. It's an absolute thing. Absurd. You must sleep early, get up early. Otherwise you can stay outside. You all must get up at 6 o'clock. You know what time your mother gets up. And what I find, nobody is up here. In India they all get up very early. But I find nobody is up here. My attention is all wasted. And you don't realize that how important all these things are. This is a training time for you. For this you are born, you have been seeking this for ages now, you got it now, you must discipline yourself. But I have seen in ashramas where people pay a big amount, they get up at 6, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Because in Sahaja Yoga, everything has to come from you. This is the style it is. At the most, I can ask people who are not alright to go out for a while, live outside and then join ashram. That helps some people. But not more than that, because I am also a mother, though I am a guru. It is you who should mature yourself, will mature much faster than I force things on you. Finding fault with others, but not with yourself. Must have a discipline, a time in the morning to get up, to do little puja or something. At least spend half an hour, all of you together. Should be ready by 6 or 6:30. Sit down, do meditation. I have to lay down rules for you now, because you do not want to lay down. I am also amazed that many people do not know even my Aarti after so many years by heart. That is what Sahaja Yoga is, because it's a Mahamaya. So you have to learn it yourself. You have to do it yourself. It's easy to talk about Sahaja Yoga, very simple. Stand up and talk, because you have heard from your mother, you talk. It will have no impression on another person. It will flitter away. Because must come from your center of gravity. This is the greatest thing you can do to yourself, is to discipline yourself fully and compete in disciplining yourself and make your body all right, your attention correct. Attention is corrected by many ways. As I said, watch your attention, where does it go? Now, what else are we going to talk but Sahaja Yoga? Is there anything more beautiful or more interesting, more manifesting than Sahaja Yoga is? And what is the job of a guru? Is nothing but to expose the Parabrahma itself, the whole working of the divine. That is the job of a guru. To expose the complete working of the Parabrahma is the job of a guru in the modern times. Not only raising the Kundalini, but after raising the Kundalini, you should be able to tell all about the divine powers and everything. For that you have to learn. You have to read, you have to understand. Do you understand now the difference between the old gurus and modern gurus? Because they were brought up with such tremendous discipline and hardly one or two used to be made gurus. They went through such studies and such interrogations and examination and tests that by the time they were 75 or so, they became gurus. But we have to do it quick. And the best way is to do it yourself. Perhaps the tradition of the Western countries do not give you much impetus for discipline. That's called as cutting out your freedom, perhaps. But a disciplined person is the only one who can be a Sahaja Yogi. Spontaneity works best in a disciplined person. Disciplined person is the one who knows the technique, and the energy is the spontaneity. But a person who is frittered away, what will spontaneity do with it? It cannot work it out. The instrument is so horrid. So you discipline yourself so that others will be disciplined by your behavior. Once you have disciplined yourself, when you become a guru, you have certain privileges as master. And it is used as a weapon by many masters before. You need not use, I am just telling you as a side issue, is the temper. All the gurus had tremendous temper. That's expected. Like I would tell you about Alauddin Khasa, who was a great musician, was the master of Ravi Shankar and all these people. And my father was the political advisor to this Maharaj of Maya. And we went down there, I was there also. That time Ravi Shankar was an artist who was playing a little bit here and there, sort of thing. I mean, he was quite a good artist still. So, his guru had a great respect for my father, sort of he used to treat my father with very great reference. So he was playing something. He was very good at Mridanga. So he played the Mridanga for my father. So in that the Lahira is the tune one has to play. It's a simple tune, just to play for the Mridangam to be played on that. So my father asked Ravi Shankar to play. He didn't say anything. And at the slightest they will take up this and hit you, see. So people used to be very careful. If they were sitting near the stones, the people would stay away from them. They would throw stones. They'll keep a chimta, big chimta like this. Anybody coming near them, they would hit them. At the slightest thing, they gave a chimta to a disciple. This was a long thing, made out of iron. And a chimta is a double pronged thing. And they would hit the person, thumb like that. It was the situation before I came in here as your guru. You see, it's difficult to be a guru and a mother. I cannot do both things together. But that was the situation. Even those great artists today who are playing great things like you hear now, Vilayat Khan Sahib, you go and ask him about his guru, how much time he was beaten up. Absolutely beaten up. Any swara they did wrong was absolute chastity, absolute discipline. If the Guru said 5 o'clock tomorrow, even if Guru comes or not, 5 o'clock you have to be there. For any art in the Indian style was like that. Complete discipline. Without discipline, not even education was imparted. Terrible taskmasters. And that's what they used, which you need not use in Sahaja. There is no need to use temper in Sahaja Yoga. Because I have not given you, imparted any knowledge to you with temper. Perhaps there could be hardly anyone who has seen me in a temper. So, that is not the way we Sahaja Yogis are going to impart knowledge to others. We have to be very mild and sweet, because in the pattern of your own Guru, because she is sweet, she is very mild, and she is very persuasive and kind. In the same way you have to, because that pattern you haven't learned. That's why don't take to that kind of a pattern where people are in a big temper and they come out with a big temper. It doesn't behove a Sahaja Yogi to be like that. I mean, they had such tremendous powers also that they could just make somebody into ashes. See, with such a temper they lived. And they had one Guru somewhere, like I call it Rock of Gibraltar, that you face him and you hit your head. At least once or twice you must have a good hitting from him, otherwise he is not yours. That was the system. Now we have a great artist sitting here. You must be also remembering his Guru, who must have really beaten him nicely before he imparted knowledge. They said, without you hit and chisel, you cannot make a good disciple. And this time you are going to challenge that and to prove that our mother was extremely kind, and still we are chiseled out beautifully by your own chisel. That's why I request you to do it yourself, because I cannot do it as a mother. And that's why it is your responsibility. Do it that way. Today is a day where we all have to decide that we are going to be gurus now. I am going to retire as a guru. It's all right to be a mother with you people. Now you have to be gurus of other people. And for that, you must know what you should achieve. You have all the powers within you. You can manifest them also. But you cannot have a following unless and until you become a guru. This is the only difference here. If you want to have a following, then you must chisel out yourself in that fashion that as soon as people see you should say, here is somebody with that gravity. I think that should be sufficient for today's puja. Only thing, the last, most important thing is that you cannot make a drama out of it. It has to be a reality. See, by standing like a big, imposing person, you do not become that. On the contrary, people will think you are mad. It should be from within that you should develop that dignity within yourself, that poise, that balance. that understanding within yourself. A kindly voice, a beautiful personality, benevolent, but standing above everyone else by its gravity. Depth, gentlemanliness, generosity, proper bearing, neatness, cleanliness, above all, love, heart like an ocean, most forgiving. I'm sure next year we'll have some gurus here who have already got some disciples around. May God bless you.
Jai Shri Mataji. We'll join both our hands. We'll tell thank you, Shri Mataji, for this beautiful collective and this beautiful meditation. We'll raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan.
Unimos nuestras manos a la altura del corazón y agradecemos a Sri Mataji por esta hermosa meditación y estas palabras. Subimos la energía Kundalini y nos hacemos un bandhan.
Thank you all for joining this session. Have a good evening, all of you. Jai Shri Mataji.
Gracias a todos por asistir. Que tengáis un buen día. Thank you, Ramaya.